Good morning, everybody. It's the Music City Foodie from Music City Travel and Food. I'm going to give you my biscuits and gravy recipe today. It's really simple, pretty easy to do. Throw it together and see how it comes out. It should come out pretty tasty. Pretty tasty. We hope, anyway. All right. So what we're going to start out with is this, which is called a sifter. All right, we're going to add our flour, 3 cups of flour. I'll say 3 cups of flour. All right. Now this video might be a little bit long, but it'll be worth the time. So we're doing the 3 cups of flour, and I'm sifting it. Now, if you like biscuits and gravy, you're going to love mine. Mine is so good. We've been in Tennessee for about a year and a half now, and I've yet to find a good place to make good biscuits and gravy. I mean, really. It's been a long time. Amy was asking, she wanted some biscuits and gravy, so I said, you know what? I'll make my girl some biscuits and some gravy. I'll say gravy. My recipe's pretty good. I like it. The biscuits come out fantastic. If you're looking for a recipe good for biscuits, this would be the one to go after. Now, see that? See that stuff hanging in there? Okay. So stuff needs to be cleaned. All right, so we got that done. We have 1 teaspoon of salt. So we'll put that in there. Whee! 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Yes, cream of tartar. And we got 1 teaspoon of sugar. Right there. Put that in there. And we have 3 tablespoons of baking powder. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a whisk and we're going to whisk this together. Should incorporate it real good. This is really, really easy to make. It's not that hard to make, so. It'll run alright. That's what I say, alright. Alright, then we got this all incorporated. How nice that looks. Fluffy and airy, just the way it's supposed to. Okay, now, all right, so we're going to add our wet ingredients to our flour. So we're going to start off with butter. Now here's what I do. It takes you 3/4 of a stick or 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is average about a stick and a half. Now what I'll do is I'll cut up the butter into cubes and then I'll stick it back in the freezer for a little while so it sets up, because you don't want the butter melted. If it melts, then the biscuits aren't going to come out right. So here's my butter that's been in the freezer, and I'm gonna get cleaned out as good as I can get cleaned out. It should come out pretty easy. And then we'll take our nifty dandy tool that's been in the family for a long time, man. I mean, this thing is old, and you kind of want to get the flour the size of peas. And once it reaches that point, then you're going to want to stop, basically. And it don't take long. Trust me, don't take long. Don't take long to get them down to pea size. Now you might have to use a little muscle in here to get the butter to break down, but oops, got a little suction going on with the bowl on the countertop there. All right, we're getting there. Cool. Now, if it starts setting up a little, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take them and you're going to want to stick the flour with the butter in it in the freezer for a few minutes. Yeah. All right. All right, so I'm going to clean that off. All right, yeah, that's about right. All right, now that you're done with that, we have 1 cup of buttermilk with 1 of my gorgeous eggs. Man, ever since I come to Tennessee, I have gotten like some of the best stuff here. Now I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna whisk that egg in with that buttermilk. Now that egg's gonna make it super rich. I know there's not a lot of biscuit recipes out there that have egg in it, but this one's got egg in it. So now what you can do, take this and you're gonna make a well on the bottom of it. Not too big a well, but oh well. And then you're going to pour your buttermilk and your egg mixture into it. Alright. So then what I do is kind of like the pasta. If you saw my pasta video, I'll use one hand and I'll just keep folding it gently. I don't want to really powerhouse it. I just want to fold it gently. You want to be gentle with this. You don't want to like manhandle it in a sense, you know. All right. So we're gonna get this done. All right. All right. See how I incorporated pretty much all that flour. Now tap this down and make sure we get the flour off the sides. And I kind of just keep working it with my hand to get it molded. You see that? See that? Those are going to turn out to be some good biscuits. Alright, look at that. Crumbly, flaky biscuits. Alright, we're getting there now, slowly. If I don't make a mess. Alright, so this should be the consistency of what it should look like. Alright, so we're back. We got a rolling pin. I got my biscuit cutter and some flour. Do that real good and I kind of just get the flour to stick all around it. So now we're going to start incorporating it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start squeezing it together gently. Try to get it into a ball. The less you work with this, the better off you are. Remember that. Let's see, is be a little tiny bit sticky. Alright. Got all that. There's the thing, see our butter? How flattened out. Okay. Now we're just going to roll this out. Roll it out. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them biscuits rolling. You know the rest of it, put it down below. Okay. So what I do is I kind of measure on my finger. I was right about there, about ½ inch, about where you want to keep it at. So I'm pretty close right now. It depends. You can make them thin biscuits. I like thick biscuits. I like them thick. Yeah, baby. All right. Here we go. There we go. All right. Okay. Okay. So we got that done now. Now, don't ever twist your biscuits. Just push straight down on them and pull a little. Push them a little. All right. See how I'm doing it? Pulling them a little. Oh, it's going to be close. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is peel away the outer edge, because we're going to use this to make more biscuits now. We ain't done. Then we got our cast iron skillet right here. Got a little oil on the bottom of it. Now we're going to lay them in the cast iron skillet. All right, we kind of want to snuggle them up to each other, because biscuits love to snuggle. Really, they do. It seems a little funny, but they do. You get more out of a snuggling biscuit than you do a biscuit out in the open. True as true can get. All right. So we'll take this, and we'll work this real quick. Right like this. And we're going to roll this little bit out here. It shouldn't take long. Take a couple minutes. Now look, if you start having stickage problems, take a little bit of your flour, put on your roller pin, and bazinga! There you go. So we're going to push these back just to make sure. Ready enough. Here's one. Here's two. All right, there's two right there. Should be able to get one more, maybe two out of this. All right, and if you have a little problem, you can also drop the dough in there like that. And then just give it a little quick roll out like that. Now, take that. Like that. All right, so you have your biscuits all tight in your pan like that so it raises correctly. We're gonna wait for that oven to get the temp. Throw it in the oven. And just keep an eye on them. You'll see them raise up. You'll see them get golden brown. Now don't forget, on the top of this, what you want to do is take a little bit of butter and melt it. And take your brush and brush the tops of them so they get a nice golden brown color to them. And that's it. We're moving on to the gravy. Sausage and gravy. All right, guys, here we go. Time to make the sausage gravy. So what I do is I go to the store and I buy hot Italian sausage gravy. Okay? We'll put that in the pan. We'll cook that up. Always use hot. Because you use hot, it's not really hot, but it gives a good flavor, and you don't really have to add anything to it when you're making it. This cooking. Now what I'm trying to do is try to thin this down a little bit so it cooks quicker. Now, I don't use any oil in this at all. I let the oil come from the sausage, the fat in the sausage itself. All right. Alright, so as you can see, there wasn't a whole lot of fat in there, so I am going to add a little bit of butter to it. Just a little bit of butter. Now the butter I get is homemade. It's not that processed stuff, so kind of get an idea. Alright. Now, I'm going to turn this heat down a little. One. Two. So about 3 tablespoons of flour in here. And we're going to mix this up. There we go. Want to cook for a little while. You want to cook that flour taste out. Just keep moving the bottom around, keep stirring it. Now we're going to add our milk. And it'll start to thicken. You see it start to thicken. Thicken a little. And then what I'm going to add is some heavy whipping cream. About a third to a quarter of a cup. And it'd be a half a cup of milk. All right. Let that mix around. All right. See how thick that's getting now? Oh, it's going to be tasty. Now, if you want to, you can add some stuff to this. If you want, you can add your own salt and pepper. A little hot sauce if you want it hotter and it's not hot enough. But this makes like the best biscuits and gravy. You can put some fresh cracked pepper in here if you want. But that's the way I was taught how to do it. And you don't have to use Italian. You could use the breakfast sausage. I prefer Italian because it takes a lot of the work out, a lot of the guessing work. And we're going to let that come up to a simmer. All right, we're just about there. Now notice it's not over thick. Look at that. It's just right. And if it thickens, just take and add a little bit of water to it. If it's too thick, you don't want it a paste. You want it creamy. Kind of like, almost like a bisque. A cream from a bisque, if you know what a bisque is. And there we go. Now, let's go ahead and get this set up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make some eggs. So I'm going to teach you how to do this. So, now you want to watch the butter. And you're going to watch and you're going to see the butter come up with little bubbles all the way across. And there's a fellow YouTuber out there that I really think is phenomenal. If you want, you guys go check him out. His name's, on his YouTube page, is Tim Tracker. And actually I'm going to dedicate the making eggs to Tim Tracker. Because every time I watch him, it seems like when he wakes up in the morning, he has the hardest time. So we're going to dedicate this to you there, Tim. And Jen out there. Jen's a sweetheart. But yeah, we're gonna do this so Tim can learn how to make some eggs in a pan. The first thing you want is a nonstick pan with no scratches in it, nothing. The Teflon's nice and smooth. You don't wash it with a scrubby. You wash it with soap and water and a towel. That's it. No scrubbies, no hard abrasives, nothing to it. All right, and if you take care of it and you do it right and you don't cook on super high, your eggs will come out perfect every time. So, Tim, if you're out there and you're watching this, bud, this is how you do eggs, brother. This is how you do eggs. Now, Tim's never said he was a cook. He's definitely said he wasn't a cook. All right. So now I got all the fat to go around the edge, and I've got the refined butter right in the middle. See how it's starting to pull away? Okay. So now we're going to take the egg and look at them yolks. You ever seen yolks like that? I mean, look at them. Dark orange, bro. That's the way a yolk should look. All right, we're just going to let it sit. We're not going to play with it. We're not going to change it. We're not going to move the pan and keep playing with the pan. We're just going to let it cook. Now I'm going to pull that fat off the side. Kind of get them eggs mixed up. All right. Now we're going to flip them. Now you may not be able to see this, but I'm going to try to do it right underneath the camera. This might turn into being a bad thing, but we'll see. Ready? Bingo. Take and fold that over. Now you got to practice at that for a while and you'll get it. But Tim and the Tracker family and Jen, these eggs are for you guys. And what I do is I kind of roll it around the pan. See how I'm rolling it around? Looks like I might have broke one right there. Looks like it. So we're going to take a plate now. We're going to let those cook when I'm setting the plate up. And we're going to go ahead and plate up our biscuits and gravy. So you're going to take 2 biscuits. Look at how good those biscuits look. And we're going to take some of this gravy. We're going to stir it around. Get thickened up nice and perfect. I'll put some gravy on those. Now you can make it more gravy than meat if you want. That's fine. All right, look at that. Biscuits and gravy. The Music City foodie way. And then we're going to pour our eggs right over top of that. And there you go. There's the eggs. Alrighty, so we're going to show you one more time. We're going to put the butter in there. Alright, see how it's starting to bubble? We'll crack our eggs. Like that. Now that might drop the temp just a little bit. It's a little too hot. Okay. Drop that one down in there. We got our eggs. I'm going to let them cook. Have you noticed a little sticking right there? Just alright. There we go. Let them go. Alright, my sunny side eggs up. My sunny side Eggs are done. Put them on my plate. And there you go. Sunny side up eggs with a side of biscuits and gravy and a biscuit to, because I love biscuits. Well, that'll do me for today. You guys now know how to make the biscuits. You know how to make the gravy. You know how to cook some eggs. Tim, that's for you on the egg deal. I will see you later. I'm going to bow down, chow down. See you.